Hi everybody, here's Krystian from Teamwork Cast.
And here's Nahxela.
And we are playing Dark Souls again. Nahxela is back.
I'm back. You have some troubles.
I had some troubles. I'm unpopular. I'm getting so grumpy playing this game. I have to apologize. To everybody, to you Nahxela as well. I'm getting so fed up playing this game sometimes. It must be horrible to listen to me.
It's okay. There are many worse people that I've watched.
Like raging out, what is this?
Yeah, like they'll interact with, say they're streaming on Twitch, they'll interact with the Twitch chat, and then they'll go off on something and complain about it, and the chat will try to discuss the mechanics and how they work, and why he's not doing something correctly. And he'll just straight up ignore the chat and go on doing his own thing.
Well, that's something actually I discussed analyzed in my final thesis, or the phenomenon of getting stuck at a game. And the problem with that is actually a self-reinforcing thing. When you get stuck, you kind of start to convince yourself that there is no way that you're not fault, So you try finding all those excuses and all those reasons why you are failing at this. And the problem is that even if you know that that's the case, you still cannot help not to do that. I know exactly how this mechanism works, but I still cannot help myself, to doubt the game, so to speak, and to find, because on the other hand, there are no game is perfect, right?
Right.
So there might be good reasons to not like something. So yeah, I was a bit grumpy. I got really stuck at the Four Kings because I thought I had to use some kind of special item to hit them, because I hit them and it didn't have any effect on them. So I thought, all right, so this must be some kind of like this transient curse kind of thing. And so I tried to fumble around with the transient curse and wasted a lot of time just walking around in New Landor ruins. And then it dawned on me that I was just too far away from them.
Yeah, that arena is actually pretty trippy. It's just empty darkness. So.
Yeah, I eventually just Googled it, and it said... that was one of the things that people said in the chat. Oh, you should probably get closer because, depth perception doesn't work so well on that level.
Where are you going?
I'm going, because now I installed this vessel, this lordvessel. And there are like 3 openings. And I recognized one of them, which is here. I didn't recognize the other 2. I assume one of them is where Seath the Discharge was.
Yes.
And I don't know when the third one was.
The third one is past the graveyard in Firelink.
Oh! How cute. Weird, because I was actually exploring that area off camera.
There's a staircase that leads further down.
Alright, I'm gonna go there next, but I thought I'm gonna give this a try.
Okie dokie.
Come on. Yes. Get wrecked. See? So easy. Yeah. So, I guess I can now equip the wolf ring again, right? That was the one I wanted to have. Yes.
Yeah. I think another interesting part about how you approach the game is that your mentality towards how you want to play the game is also different from, say, mine. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, in Skype, but it's like how we like boss fights in the Souls games.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. Yes. So go ahead, Clay. I'm gonna try to deal with this boss fight here.
The boss fights that interest you the most are the ones that have an added mechanic that would help trivialize the boss. So things like in Demon Souls, there's Tower Knight, where you just poke his feet and he'll eventually fall over and expose his head. Adjudicator, which is kind of similar to that. the Fool's Idol, where you get rid of that one guy up in the rafters, things like that. And I think that's pretty interesting too. They add like more flavor to the boss itself, like background about the boss within the lore or the world of the game. But I also like the game's bosses that they have fights that are reminiscent of Monster Hunter boss fights, where you have to learn the strategy, like how to go through moves, how to evade attacks, and how to punish them.
Yeah, and I get that. I understand completely. One is like kind of like the Zelda approach, I would say, or maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Or maybe not really Zelda. It's maybe that's not the right thing, but it's like finding kind of like a weak point. Like the boss seems unbeatable, but then you figure out some trick, and then it becomes easy. Whereas the other one is a more like skill-based approach. You still have to learn. There is some tricks still, but it's not like. It's kind of difficult to tell. You still have to kind of acting on those weak points is still requires like skill. You need to, for example, and I think like oh look, there is even like a bonfire here. So for example, you would I like Demon Souls is very much not Demon Souls. Monster Hunter is very much about learning attacks and learning to recognize them and acting upon them. And that, for me, requires often like repeating it over and over again so that it is in your muscle memory. So you recognize it immediately and you act upon it immediately. And I think Monster Hunter works very well in this regard because Monster Hunter is just the monster fights. You don't have any run up to the monster. You just go there and there's monster. Oh, it doesn't move. I guess that's for the elevator. Wow, is this some kind of library?
Yes, it is.
That looks pretty sweet.
Don't forget to rest at the bonfire.
Oh, I didn't rest there?
You just lit it.
Yeah.
I think you should also attune a better spell, because Poisonous is pretty mediocre.
I just got a second spell. It's just the second spell I have.
Oh.
I still have the other one.
Switch it out, though.
Yeah,
Poison Mist is very bad.
I thought my idea was just to give me like a second option. If I meet an enemy who is not like resistant to fire, I would have like a different thing to try.
Poison
okay, but let's see what I have. I don't have too many. That's the problem. I have combustion.
Not bad, and Power Within is also pretty good.
What is Power Within again? Let me see.
It's buff to yourself. It increases all your damage and your stamina regen, but it gives a slow HP drain.
I'm gonna try combustion then. I mean that's still both fire, I guess, but maybe it's a different fire. I think I bought it just recently.
It's actually one of the best kinds of spells you can have as a pyromancer. It doesn't have much range, but it's very fast and it deals good damage.
Is that like this rapid fire fireball from Dark Souls, Demon Souls?
No, Demon Souls, it was like, I forget what it was called, but you like snap your fingers and a little puff of flame appears in front of you.
Okay. I to be honest, I don't think I used that many spells in Demon Souls.
Yeah, the spell variety wasn't as great as it was.
What they attacking me immediately? Did I trigger them somehow? Wow, these are like wow. What are these crystals?
Crystal hollows.
Crazy. So that I find it, but like on a meta level, I find it fascinating because those games are so similar to each other, and yet I feel like the design philosophy is so very different.
Yeah.
So like, it's
one of the things is how the level structures are completely different. Like Demon Souls has the hub world, and then you can break off into the individual levels, whereas this one is one big connected area.
Yeah. Yeah, but also like as I said, you know, like Demon Souls focus so much on those tricks that you can find, or at least maybe it's kind of difficult to tell if they were intentional or not, because some of them tricks that you can find seem like or labeled like exploits.
What do you mean? Which tricks?
Yeah, against the bosses, for example.
Like, most of them were pretty intentional, I would think.
Yeah.
The only ones that are probably not as intentional are how like Maneater
Yeah.
could shoot through the fog. And then
That's the one I wanted to mention. Yeah, yeah. Because Man-Eater was also like a very, very hard boss. And
Yeah. What's it? There's another one I was thinking. Flame Lurker, how he can get stuck on geometry.
Oh, I never.
Things like that.
Sadly, I never managed that.
Yeah, like all those bones and things around the area, you can get them stuck behind there, and then like shoot them with soul arrows or whatever.
This is tricky. I have to approach this guy, but I have to get between the tables, and he will be able to shoot me.
Run attack.
Managed.
Killed him one hit.
And I have a very powerful weapon.
Yes, you do. Those armored boars earlier that you fought.
Yeah.
Normally, if you had just any other weapon, you would probably bounce on their armor.
Oh, you have even bounces.
Yeah, but your damage is that high that you can ignore the armor.
I like this aspect, and many games have this, but Demon Souls, Dark Souls is especially like, I think that works very well here, where you have like this enemy which was causing you a huge problem previously when you start the game, and then he becomes a regular enemy.
Mm-hmm. There's actually a really interesting thing they do to these pigs. The first one that you fight, you can actually backstab because he's got like a little butthole. But these get armor over that butthole.
Oh,
so you
funny.
can't backstab them.
That's hilarious. I like this level as well. Like, this is like library. That's cool.
Yeah. Of the four last main areas, this is probably one of my favorites, just for the aesthetics.
Yeah. Wow, it's super high as well. See, that's one of the things I really like. I had like the Oculus Rift recently, and this is the thing that impresses me most about the Oculus Rift. Like, if you go like into a room like this in the Oculus Rift, it actually feels like tremendously large. Like, you have a much better sense for height. And so I would love, maybe I already talked about this previously, but I would love to play a game like Demon Souls with Oculus Rift, if it was possible. Not fighting maybe so much, but just walking through the environment and look at them. Yeah. That would be great. So this is, I guess, an elevator here.
Yes.
I'm going to try to kill those guys before I go up. Because, those guys, I hate when the guys shoot at me just like that.
He got headshotted twice.
I need to punish it. Alright. Is it breathing? It's not. Twinkling. Twinkly sparkly.
Yeah.
Ark. Yes. So I wonder how they will continue their philosophy with Dark Souls 2, if they will go back to a more Demon Souls. There were some hints that some of the things will be more like Demon Souls.
There are a bunch of like HUD sort of things that are a lot more like Demon Souls.
And I think some of the like setups for systems are more like Demon Souls.
Yeah. But there are things that are like in terms of the bosses, there are some things that are more like there's one main weakness that'll help you out. Like in the network test, there are two bosses that you could fight. One of them was a semi-boss puzzle where you had to do a specific trigger and then it would simplify the boss by a lot. Oh. And the other one was just a straightforward boss fight.
So I want to just mention that those corpses were humping each other for a while right now. Just wanted to make sure you guys noticed.
They're taking that out of Dark Souls 2, unfortunately.
Oh, no physics?
No crazy havoc physics.
What? I was distracted. This is the worst. Every time you always look, and the one time you don't look, that's the time where you get the trap. Well, that I deserve that. I admit. I completely admit. This was my fault. I like. See, the interesting thing about Dark Souls, I think, is that it gets more fun, I feel, as the further in you get. And what I mean by that is, like, finding out things, like stumbling around and finding out where you have to go and what you have to do. That's, I feel like, that's actually very tedious because you get punished every step of the way. But once you know exactly, what you need to do, you can start getting better at it.
Mm.
And that actually is very rewarding then.
Yeah. While the game is very skill-based, like, the better you are, the better you'll perform, of course. It's also very knowledge-driven.
Yeah.
Where, like, knowing how to expose weaknesses, what monsters are where, things like that will help you a lot.
Yeah, and also, like, if you know what kind of points you need to hit and how you navigate through the hubs and everything, then it becomes open. Because before that, it's basically not very open because it's actually closed everywhere. Like, everywhere you go, you're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually doesn't, even though it's open world, it technically, like, it doesn't feel very, very open.
Mm.
But once you exactly know, I need to do this, 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 and this, and I could go this way or I could go this way. You can, because I've been there, because you've been there, you know exactly what kind of goals you want to achieve. Then it's actually becoming. Let's look at this guy. He looks at this thing.
This is actually a special golem. He's related to DLC.
Oh. Alright, so that's something we're going to have to do at some point as well. I guess that's something that I would have to do. I had to restart the entire game to get to the DLC, right?
You don't have to, actually, no. But if you do beat the game, then you'll have to go through the various bosses again.
Oh, well. I will do that. See, that's the problem now. I killed so many enemies, and now I have to kill them again. No! And also I lost a lot of health. That wasn't a very good run now. I did much better previously.
There. It'll be okay.
Yes.
You also had the Firelink shrine for your Estus. Because that one's kindled. So you get more Estus. Because you were at Firelink before you came here. Rest in peace.
Oh, that's true. I am a banana. I am a banana. So yeah, this is a tough level a little bit because you get swarmed by enemies from all sides. It's kind of weird that when you go up the elevator, they already know you're there. Usually, you're able to sneak up on enemies.
You probably the main thing is that there's the guy just on the archer who's up on that stairs. You can get a straightaway sight towards when you pop up.
I'm gonna actually use the twin humanity, and I'm gonna enkindle this thing.
Okie dokie.
So I get more. So maybe that's for what the twin humanity is for, so you can reverse hollowing and enkindle at the same time.
Mm.
Yes.
Hooray.
Alright. Do I have to go? Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Let's do this again, guys. Let's do this again. Going through the motions. Definitely, I realized that my enjoyment of this game is also tied very much to the level design of the areas, to the how the areas look.
That's very understandable. There's a later on area that is very notorious for being boring in level design, which people really hate.
Yeah.
But it was also tied to the developers and their time. Like, they were rushed, so the level design suffered.
That's fascinating when you can tell that something was rushed. Like in Zelda Wind Waker or something.
Yeah.
Yes, get wrecked. Ugh, arrow stuck to my chest. So, and the funny thing is that I cannot really anticipate so much if I like something or not. For example, I actually don't like New and Orlando that much, even though it reminds me of the Cologne Cathedral. I don't know why. It kind of feels very. It's so bright. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And oh no, this is getting problematic.
These guys are buffed by the sorcerer as well.
Oh, that makes sense.
They have the blue aura.
Oh, that totally makes sense now. So, what I really like is Darkroot Garden and the depths.
Mm-hmm.
These are like, but that's weird. Like with the other guy who was this, like what war was that? That was in a what? was that a headshot?
A headshot and a body shot by two buffed archers.
I don't even see them. How could they shoot it around it? The funny thing is, the last time I met this kind of enemy, when I killed him, he didn't appear again.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like some of the older enemies that you fought in the past, you would kill, they wouldn't respawn.
No,
these do.
Oh well.
Do you know who the boss of this area is? He's actually one of the more interesting ones.
Librarian. Yeah, it's a guy. It's a guy from a library. It's a book. You have to fight against the Prima strategy guide.
If only. If you remember in the first cutscene, there were the 4 great lords.
Oh, is it the pygmy? Or no, the white dragon.
Yeah, it's the white dragon. Seath the Scaleless.
What? This came out of nowhere! Oh no! Oh no!
Rest in peace.
So, does it make sense to just rush in and kill the guy so that the buffs goes away?
If you wanted, but then all the other guys will group in on you.
Yeah,
and then you're in that narrow area.
So I guess
you can't just run past all of them.
I guess so. It makes more sense to just take them one by one. You would just be very careful about this.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing: like the first time I went in there, no problem, but now I'm having all those troubles. It's crazy. This is games. I swear.
You can try out your pyromancy if you want.
Does it help me? I'm one-shot killing them anyway. It's kind of like the problem is that they're swarming me. Maybe like back in the back, it will help a little bit
because
group
them up together, throw a fireball, something like
that. But the arrows are actually the problem. Do I have something that has really long range? Does combustion have? No, combustion doesn't have really long range. No.
Pyromancy doesn't have very long range. I don't think most spells, either pyromancy, sorcery, or miracles, would be able to reach that far anyways.
Alright, here's the next guy. Whoa, no, I didn't want to do that. Oh. Well, whatever. Die hard, man, die hard. All right. What? I didn't want to do this. I want. Oh, what? No! I kicked him instead of attacking him. For some reason, I always think that forward and attack is jump attack, but I don't have a jump attack. I have just kick.
You do have a jump attack with the heavy attack.
We already discussed this. Do I really? Are you sure?
Yeah. R2 instead of R1.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It has quite a long wind-up time. All right. I'm going to try this next time around.
I don't think it's worth using.
Yeah, it's a little bit slowish. I guess running attack is better, right?
Yeah. For the most part, you just want to use your R1s. It does do a lot more damage, but you're already one-shotting them, so it doesn't matter.
By the way, we have never upgraded my armor.
Yeah, armor upgrades are not the hugest. They don't do much, to be honest. Like they'll upgrade your defenses, but something that's like hitting you and killing you in 2 or 3 hits is still probably going to kill you in 2 or 3 hits.
All right, yeah. I because I spent a little bit money on this when I was having troubles with the 2 kings, I think. But I just one level on some of the pieces.
And another issue is that the most armor sets, the very last upgrade requires a slab for each of the pieces, and slab is like the pure stone of this game.
Ah. God, I made the same mistake again! I don't... But they're super hardcore, man. They're hitting so hard.
Yeah. In this game, there are a couple of upgrade paths, and Crystal is actually the strongest upgrade path.
Oh.
Generally speaking.
So, what kind of Titanite do I need for Crystal?
Just regular. The trade-off is that you can't upgrade, or you can't repair them unless you upgrade them.
Oh yeah, there is this one guy who sells crystal weapons, right?
The weapons he sells are actually not real crystal upgrade weapons.
Yeah, they're not upgraded weapons, they're just crystal weapons.
Yeah. And that's actually one of the major aesthetics themes of this area, crystals, besides the books. Because you've already seen all these crystal enemies.
I guess it fits to the like crystal and knowledge and purity and stuff like that.
And it'll expand more once you, if you can find some NPCs for item descriptions for this area.
Yeah, that's something we haven't been doing very much, like reading the item descriptions. I think if I do the second playthrough, which I most definitely will, I will actually take time to read all this stuff.
Okay.
Because like with Demon's Souls, especially, it was like, you when you get into they throw you in there, and all of the item descriptions are a little bit meaningless because you haven't seen all of the stuff yet. And so what I found is that in my second playthrough, I would get like really into the lore, like really interested in what's going on there, or at least that it would be more meaningful to me. Because I've seen things, I know where things lead. All right.
Another part is that Demon's Souls, the main story is a lot more straightforward. Yeah. Like they presented it to you really clearly what you're doing, what your goal is in the game.
All right, I guess pyromancy wasn't a good choice. This is crazy. This must be infuriating for people watching. Yeah, that's true. It's the story is much more straightforward. There is just not so much lore there. You're just
I think
a dude
there's still
who died.
within like the individual characters. There's a lot that you can still explore. Like especially with the Black Phantom and White Phantom versions of characters.
Oh yeah,
like Selon Vinland is a big one. What's his face? Black Phantom Satsuki.
Yeah, like every character can be like there's like a dark and light version of them. And there's also
have, like, different motivations for why they're light and dark.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also there is some characters go like on a quest, and you have to do something for them, and then depending on if you do it or not, they react differently and stuff like that. That was very nice. What I also liked is I forgot what I liked. I'm too stressed out about those guys here. I forgot what I liked. I am nothing. I liked also the Yort part.
Mm-hmm.
Where you invite this guy and to the Nexus.
Like, hey, save me! I'm trapped.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, I'm helping you, and then he kind of proceeds killing characters, and you can you can team up with him even.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I was drinking. This is getting crazy. I'm just gonna retweet the next time I'm here, because I think I need more space. I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm dying exactly the same thing. The same. Do you know the definition of insanity? Yes. La, 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 la.
Later.
Why is a dragon in a library?
One thing that he's obsessed with is knowledge. There's one particular thing that he really wants to learn about, but I'll talk about that later on when we actually meet him.
All right.
And so, when he helped out Gwyn take down all the other dragons, he was given the title of Duke. And he was given the Duke's Archives, which is where you are right now.
So a dragon became Duke?
Yep.
How can a dragon even read?
With glasses.
Okay. What the? I knew. Where were you hiding? Where were you all this time? Gosh. This game. It always throws these curveballs on me. I don't even know what to do anymore. Yes. See, my range is much my range is much higher than I thought it was. I can actually I don't have to do any jump attacks like this guy does. Look. Oh no, he jumped sideways. All right. Hey dude, die. And you also die. Die hard. Die. Alright. You die. Alright, this looks much better. Nahxela.
We'll see. You haven't got to the double archers yet.
So there's a guy back there. Oh, he already sees me. So I guess I'm gonna take care of him first.
Whoa.
Nope. Oh, denied. Oh wow.
Arrows.
Is the arrows? Is the guy under the? Oh, no, he doesn't see me. All right. I like how the arrows stick to his armor. He's like, he's not even. He can't be even bothered to remove those. Can I roll through the tables? Alright, so you're dead. How about that? I'm rolling those arrows away. Alright, so now the archers are not hitting that much, right?
Maybe, I don't know if he buffed them or not.
Yeah, that's a good question, right?
I think he might have. No, they look fine.
Alright.
Right. Finally back up here.
Finally, I'm finally there where I was half an hour ago. Yay! Dark Souls! Is that open already? Is that open? Yeah,
yes, this is the one that you opened.
Oh, there's a customer. What? Shields? How dare you? Is that the guy from underneath the stairs?
No, he was opposite of this archer.
Alright, I'm gonna get the guy underneath the stairs. Just to be sure. Hi guy underneath the stairs. I'm gonna stick my stick into your butt.
Rest in peace.
Oh no, the battery is running low. This is yet another challenge. Yet another Dark Souls challenge. There's a book flying.
Yeah, that happens here.
Can I destroy this book in the sky?
You cannot.
Indestructible book in the sky. Look, my head is in the book.
Normally it would probably be on one of the tables. Sometimes they glitch out like that.
That's funny. Good. All right, let me get the chest. I need my revenge.
If you can.
I hunger for revenge.
If you do want to use that jump attack, starting it off on the mimic would be nice.
That's a good idea.
Gives you the time to hit it.
Cool. Look, I'm faster than you are. I just killed you. Alright, that was useless. But I'm gonna use it on a mimic. Alright, mimic. Bam! God, these guys are really creepy. Really creepy. Trap ahead. I guess I should have read that. Maybe I even read that and I haven't noticed. I'm just the worst.
Oh well.
The thing is, like, especially if you're streaming things, or maybe the thing is that if you're playing on yourself, you don't realize the many good advices that the game gives to you, and you don't never realize. Mm-hmm. That's something that you notice when you start doing user testing. Mm. Because, you know, you design like an interface and you put all those hints to give your users like ideas of what they're supposed to do and not supposed to do. And then you sit their user in front of them and nobody gets it. Or like they make the mistakes that you anticipated and actually did something about. And you're like, I did all those things to prevent this thing from happening. Why are you doing this? Why are you not reading this? You know, it's very easy to get like very angry about this. But the fact is, like, we never realize, because when you're playing alone, you never realize this. Or if playing or using the interface alone, you never realize how many things you fail to notice. And so I feel like, I for example, I was watching Day 9 playing this. Mm-hmm. There's a great playthrough. And he was doing well. He was doing much better than I do. But people were like the worst in the comments. Like, what? You didn't realize this? You are the worst. You are the horrible... And it's like, guys, you guys should never do user testing. You will just kill your users. Or guys, record yourself playing and realize how much you suck. Wow, this is really great. I love those crystals. Mm-hmm. Is that the enemy, the final boss, you know? No.
You'll have to find out.
I guess there's just one way to find out. It is!
It is.
It is!
Oh.
What the twinkling, sparkling...
Hey look, do you recognize the statues?
No, I don't. What is this?
They're cursed statues.
Oh, so he curses me?
You can curse, yes.
So how do I get about killing him?
Oh, indeed.
Alright. This is weird. Alright, so how about maybe flaming? Oh, there, look. Oh, he flies. What? What was that? I'm dead.
Get ready for the real Dark Souls to begin.
Alright, we will be back in the next episode where I will try to get to the dragon again, and then we're going to try to kill the dragon, and everything was going to be peachy.
Wait, hold on.
Swear.
Hold on. What? Hold on. Wait 1 second.
I am somewhere else.